A film opened with someone named Adam from 2050, where he stole a jet and then opened a wormhole portal to travel through time to 2022. Back in 2022, 12-year-old Adam was involved in a chase with his friends, who were caught, and then his friend hit Adam. Hearing of the incident, his mother went to the school and apologized to the principal for what had happened. That even Adam was eventually suspended from school for several days. At night, in a mansion in the middle of the forest, Adam, whose mother had left him for a date. After his mother left, Adam played a video game with a virtual reality and some additional consoles on his arm, and suddenly the dog named Hawking ran out into the woods to get to him, and Adam followed him. For fear of being in the middle of the forest, he returned to his home. Suddenly something came from his garage, and he came to the garage and saw that someone was sitting with a wound on his stomach. He is Adam. Yet, 12-year-old Adam in 2022 failed to realize that the person ahead was himself from the future. Future Adam asked to come into the house and look for some items that would help him to treat his wound. Adam, intrigued by what was in Adam's briefcase from the future, pulled out some items that looked very futuristic indeed. However, Adam from the future reminded Adam that he must not touch any of his possessions. Adam asked, "Who are you? And why are you here?" And Adam from the future answered that it was a secret. Wondering why Adam from the future knew his name, Adam asked that question, and Adam from the future described it all. Since some are aware that Adam from the future has much in common with him, so do I.
You're me.
Adam could not have even told the truth from the future. He pointed out his own fancy plane, and he boarded it with Adam. While waiting for an automated repair plane, they head back to the garage to rest and wait for the wounds to heal. Adam's mother came home and found that Adam was still awake, and then someone knocked on his door, and it turned out to be Derek, a man the future Adam talked about when they were in the car garage. Derek intended to return Adam's mother's shawl to the car. The next day after his mother left, Adam returned to see Adam from the future, where he treated his bleeding wounds, and he was stunned to see his muscular body in the days to come. On the way to the pharmacy, Adam offered her a pair of clothes, so that no one would suspect the appearance of Adam from the future. As he travels to the apothecary, the future Adam explains why he missed his trip to the year 2018. While Adam from the future was shopping for his medicines, outside the store, Adam met Ray and Chuck. The two who caught him then beat Adam while at school at the time. The future Adam takes action by warning them not to disturb Adam again. Upset and angry, Adam locked the door of the garage to prevent Adam from future entry, and touched some of Adam's future objects that might be potentially dangerous, because of the known whereabouts of the future Adam. Adam showed me a photograph, and asked who he was. Future Adam says that it is his future wife Laura. Back home the next day, the future Adam explained that his purpose for coming to 2018 was to follow and rescue his wife Laura, who had not returned to the future after jumping to 2018. Suddenly the forces that pursued the future Adam were able to track him down and come to Adam's house. And a fight broke out because the future Adam tried to escape, and rescued Adam from the army. Before breaking out came a sophisticated jet of soldiers from the future. It was Christos along with his friends who asked the future Adam to give himself up. Then someone shot the plane, ran over to them, and found out that it was Laura, the wife of the future Adam who had turned out to be in the same year, 2022. They fought together and defeated them. The death of the troop was then reduced to ashes, killed in a non-essential timeline. And they went on to escape from the jungle. The jet planes and troops continued to chase them and fired bullets from the aircraft. Laura drove her car into the woods. Luckily the future Adam has a way to defeat them. And they went to Laura's residence near an ocean. The reason Laura went to 2018 was to navigate the Saurian flight that traveled back in time to see herself in her youth, and to say some things so that she could defeat Adam's father to take full control of the time travel. Worried and already living in the future, Laura advised the future Adam to return to 2018, and ended the time travel program before it all began. But suddenly there was a strange sound inside the house, and it turns out it's an alarm signal because the location of their whereabouts has been tracked. To avoid being caught by the future Adam, Laura volunteered to buy time, while Adam and future Adam fled in a car. With a defense that Laura had devised for 4 years, she bought time, and faced Christos and the troops of her future alone. Adam and the future Adam set out in his personal jet, which is accessible only with DNA. As it turned out, Christos chased and shot at the future Adam's jet in a little hot spot on the clouds. He asked Adam and Adam what they thought.
Oh yeah.
Eventually they opened the wormhole doors, traveling through time to the year 2018, and managed to escape from Christos. Looks like they arrived at a college, where the father of both Adam was explaining something. And that was the first time that the future Adam looked back upon his father, who on the occasion his father had already died. While his father was delivering something, the future Adam cut and interrupted his father's opinion. The class closed. Some intelligent dad quickly recognized that it was Adam who had interrupted him from the future and had traveled through time. The meeting did not go perfectly, because Adam's father did not agree that they time traveled because it could make new timeline aberrations. But when the future Adam told him his partner Saurian had been manipulating time travel, so Adam's father listened to the explanation of the future Adam, and they talked together in a house or inn. While we're being shown to a large company that says Saurian. And it turns out that the Saurian of 2050 meets Saurian in 2018.
Which from their conversations we know that it will not be the first Saurian of the year 2050 to Saurian in 2018. Saurian says the reason for going back to the year 2018, which is
because we can't control time travel if it never existed.
The next day Adam decided to end the journey on time by blowing up the accelerator that could trigger a wormhole in a major Saurian headquarters or company. But Adam was confronted by the Saurian forces of 2050 who nonetheless asked him to return home. Adam was a gaming maniac who played a drone and fired something that made all the Saurian troops bounce off. A reenactment of the fight between future Adam and the Saurian forces. At the exact moment before the future Adam was hit by a car, his father managed to rescue the future Adam, crashing his car, so the army's car all day long failed to hit the future Adam. They entered the company and intended to destroy the source of the accelerator, so that time travel could not happen. While hacking the hard disk described by Adam's father, they were caught and surrounded by 2 separate Saurs from the timeline, and request the hard drive back. Turns out Adam was captured on the other hand by the old Saurian who was a prisoner to negotiate the hard drive. As Adam was being threatened, the future Adam winked at him in code to act, and he managed to dodge the pistol, which then shot out an accelerator glass, resulting in abnormal conditions for the machine. That's all potentially iron-containing objects will be pulled towards the machine. There was a fight between Adam's future and Christos trying to retrieve the hard drive. When push on the future Adam's future condition, Christos hit a key part of the door that was drawn to the machine and caused it to collapse. Both Adam and his father were fleeing to evacuate, but they were confronted by the 2 pointed fingers and ready to shoot the father of both Adam. Old Saurian forgot the cartridge contained iron that could be attracted towards the machine, so the Saurian that was directly in the path of the bullet was fired from the old Saurian gun. He vanished as though he was knocked out of Thanos, for the Saurian class in the year 2018 had died of gunshots. The three of them escaped to avoid an explosion from an accelerator that could wipe out a human being within a 160 kilometers radius. They all worked out, and they returned to his father's house for a little chat. The future Adam would tell him that his father was about to have an accident, but his father prevented him from telling us when the incident occurred, so that the timeline of his timeline would not change. And then they played the ball just like they always do before in each other's timeline, and when they dropped it on the ground, it turns out these two Adams have disappeared back into their own timeline. Adam had returned, and remembered the wisdom given by the future Adam to hold his mother very closely. The film is closed with a future Adam scene which looks like the first time he met Laura, in class. Because Laura had gone to the wrong class, the future Adam intended to bring her to the right class, and the film was finished.